What's up, guys? It's Maritzaa. Y'all are probably like, this bitch is finally fucking posting. Yes, finally. It's been over like 2 months now, honestly. But I am back with the story time of how I got frauded, or how I owe $5,000, or basically how I got fucked over. Yes. Well, let's just get started with this video. So, let's start from the beginning. I have a 7th hour because I fucked over my freshman year. I fucked up my freshman year. And now I have to make up some credits. So that's what my 7th hour is. It's grad point, blah, 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 whatever. It doesn't really matter. Point is, I have to be at school until like 5 o'clock. So I don't see what's the point of getting a job from 6 to 9. Like, that's 3 hours. Who the F is gonna hire me then? Nobody, honestly. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna get a real job. Like, I'll just babysit. I have experience. I have sisters, like younger sisters, younger siblings, whatever. So I was like, I have experience, so let's just do babysitting. So I went online and I was looking for babysitter jobs, whatever. So that's what I was looking for. And I stumbled upon this site, and I'll try and link that site in the description. But I stumbled upon this site and I was like, okay. I was looking through some people, and there was the one specific one who said they needed someone urgently who's from Arizona, and it's only 3 days a week. And like, you know, I was like, that's good, 3 days a week. Like, I can choose my own hours whenever. And I was like, okay, like, I didn't really know how that would work out, but she was like, in the description thingy, she asked to email them. So that's exactly what I did. I emailed the person. So her name was Suzanne Rose, and I'll put her email in the description as well if you guys want to send her like hate mail or whatever. So I emailed her and I was like, hey, I saw your position, like, I'm interested, like, you can let me know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And she emailed me back and she was like, thank you for emailing me, blah, blah, blah. I really need someone in your location. My sister is coming in from Utah to Arizona because of her medical issues. And she started telling me that she's deaf. Not the patient that I was going to be working with, that Suzanne, the sister, she's deaf, and yeah, she's deaf. And that her sister has epilepsy, and she's fluent in English, but she's just has medical history, and that I would be, basically I'd be her caregiver. And I was fine with that just because I have basically background in that kind of atmosphere. I've worked with people with medical issues, I've worked with people with disabilities, like, I have experience with that. I changed locations, yes. Don't ask why. But anyways, basically I was going to be her caregiver, and it kind of made sense to me why I was going to be getting paid $500 a week for 3 days, because I was going to be working with a patient who has epilepsy. And if you don't know what epilepsy means, it's basically constant seizures, and it can be really scary. You can paralyze a person if you don't know what you're doing. Like, it's serious business. I would be taking care of all her financial things. I'd be running errands for her. I'd be taking her to the hospital. Like, I'd be doing all these things for her. So it kind of made sense why I would be getting paid $500 for 3 days. And yeah, I mean, I was really excited, and I was growing a relationship with this girl. Like, she was really nice. I honestly thought she was really nice. We emailed each other back and forth. I gave her all my information, like where I lived, and she was telling me that she was gonna decide a location where her sister's gonna live, close to my house. That way it won't be like a hassle or anything, because she lives in Utah and she was coming to Arizona, and you know, she doesn't know anyone besides me, who I was gonna like pick her up from the airport. I was gonna do everything with her, you know. And yeah, I did kind of feel bad a bit, just because like her sister was gonna know no one besides me. And I don't know, it kind of like, I don't know, it kind of like brought this like little joy into my heart that I was gonna help someone out, and I was gonna get $500 just to work for 3 days. Like, it was gonna be bomb.com. Like, I was really, really excited. And yeah, it was going really good. Like, I really thought this was my opportunity to make some money and still go to school and do all these things. I really, really thought. Keyword, I thought everything was going good. I was like, yes, bitch. This is when shit starts to get fucking interesting. So, we were emailing, and she emailed me and she was like, hey, like, give me your number so I can like text you some new updates. And I was like, yes, bitch, finally I'm gonna start working, you know. So she texted me and she was like, hey, like, my sister's coming to town tomorrow, so a check should be sending to your address today. It'll be there around noon. And I was like, okay. So it showed up around 10. It was early when it showed up, and she was giving me specific directions to go ASAP to the bank because she needed the money that day or whatever. So I was like, okay, like, I can do that. Like, it was 10 in the morning. So I pull up, whatever, and I was ready to take out the money, and the lady was like, this isn't scanning through. And I was like, what do you mean it's not scanning through? And she was like, just wait a second, I'll be back. And she goes and gets like her manager or whatever, and her manager's like, come here, I need to go talk to you. So I was like, okay. So I go and I sit down and talk to him, and he tells me that the check is possibly fake. And I was like, what? And then he was like telling me, like, do you have any contact with her? I was like, yeah, like through email and through like text and stuff. And he was like, well, have you ever like physically like called her, talked to her? I was like, oh, like, can't, she's dead, like, you know. And then he was like, well, I don't know, like, we can do the transaction, but it'll come bite you in the ass, basically. And I was like, fuck. So what I did, it was like, I didn't deposit it into my account because I was like, fuck that shit. I am not going to be negative $5,000 in my account. I'm not going to freaking be in debt. I'm not going to go to the cops or any of that shit. So I was like, fuck that. Fuck that. So I went home, whatever. I called the bank. The bank is called TD Bank, and that bank is only located in the western side of the United States, obviously. So I called this bank and I was like, hey, like, I got a check from your bank. I'm just wondering, like, what a regular check looks like, and like, I was just asking like basic questions, like, what does a regular check look like? Does it seem like a correct check? Like, and she was like, yeah, it looks like a fantastic check, like, that should be working, you know. And she couldn't give me any information about the girl just because it's an account, you know. She can't give me information. But this is a copy of the check, and this is what the check looked like, and I took a copy of it because I'm smart. But anyways, yeah. I called the bank and they were like, yeah, that looks good, like, it should be working, like, we can't tell you if she has sufficient funds or anything just because, like, we don't know, you know. And let me tell you, this whole time that I was at the bank, like, previously, I was at the bank and I was telling the girl, Suzanne, that it wasn't scanning. She was tripping balls. She was like, what do you mean it's not scanning? Like, what? She was like tripping balls. She was like double texting me, triple texting me. She was quadruple texting me, like, trying to see what's up. And like, she was like kind of like being sketchy about it, like, But anyways, I took it upon myself to call her bank and see, like, if that's what a real check looked like, and they confirmed that, yeah, that's what a real check looks like everything should be fine. So I was like, okay, maybe my bank was tripping balls, like, maybe it was just my bank. So I was like, fuck, like, I'm gonna trust this bitch and I'm gonna go to the bank and deposit the money. And I didn't want to do it under my account, so I asked Lorenzo if I could use his account to deposit the check. And Lorenzo, sweet enough, he was like, yeah, go for it, babe. And I was like, fuck yeah. So I deposited $4,800 into his account. Guess what, you guys? Guess fucking what? We tried taking the money out, correct? We tried to take the goddamn money out. Nothing was coming out. Just a damn receipt. That's it. We go and we talk to the banker. We went to a whole different bank and we talked to the banker and we were like, hey, we just deposited this check for $4,800 and nothing's coming out. You know what that bitch tells us? It's 'cause the check was fake. Moment of silence. Now I'm negative $4,800. That's when I realized I done fucked up. Woo! Now I was negative $4,800 into my bank. Now I was fucking owing money to the bank because it charges you like more if like money doesn't come through. So it's not even $4,800 anymore. It's $5,100 now. And my bank thinks I fucking tried to steal money from them. Whew, I was so fucking mad. Like, honestly, I went home and I was just ready to bitch slap everyone. And I was so mad at fucking Lorenzo. I was so mad because I told him that I didn't want to do it because I thought it was fake. And he was like, nah, baby, you got this. The bank told you it was good. It came with his goddamn letter, so it's good. Like, you're good, baby, you're good. And I was like, I put my trust into him. And then that shit fucking happened. Like, I fucking knew it. Listen to your goddamn instincts. Fuck. So I told the lady, I was like, thanks, bitch. Like, legit, I was so mad. Like, how do you do that to me? Like, and use deafness and epilepsy and all these things just to get me to do something for you. Like, that breaks my heart, honestly. Like, I have a big, like, love for people with medical issues and just in general. Like, I have love for people. So that really broke my heart. And shit happened, and there's a bitch. Like, 2 weeks later, this bitch has the audacity to ask me for goddamn money. She legit texts me. She fucking texts me. And she says, can I have some money because I need it for my sister? No, bitch. You know what I texted that bitch back? I was like, thanks to you, I owe $5,000 to the fucking bank. So fuck you. That was legit my response. And honestly, what I learned from this shit is don't trust people online. Like, I will honestly not trust anyone ever online ever again. Fuck everybody, because I always get screwed the fuck over. Like, who the fuck says that they owe $5,000 for trying to help someone out? Like, who the fuck does that? Like, and to this day, nobody knows besides me and Lorenzo. Like, fuck us, right? Ugh. Everyone always fucks us over. But that's the end of this story. If you guys want another story time of another time someone has tried to fuck us over, then let me know. But thanks for watching. Sorry I haven't been posting a lot. I might be back, I might not. Who fucking knows? So yeah, subscribe if you want to, and yeah, fucking like this video because me, duh. And yes, my fucking eyes are different. You see, this one's smaller, this one's bigger. Yes, I fucking know that shit. So don't fucking call it out. Don't fucking say shit. So fuck you. Bye. Ugh.